think it's time for me to speak on this right now. I am going through a lot. And it doesn't seem like it because I'm always on television looking happy, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm telling jokes, I'm joking with other people, I'm having a good time jamming to the music. But all that smiling and all that laughing and all those jokes are just really covering up. Since March of 2022, I have been down. I have been feeling not myself. My grandmother passed in March of 2022, and ever since then, my life has just been a complete wreck. Like, friendships have been torn apart, and relationships and families, everything of that sort has just been breaking apart. And I have not been the same since 2022. I just don't know. I have a late night talk show called Late Night Hustle with Prince TJ. I have a game show. I have a sitcom, and I have this podcast now. And I'm doing a lot, and I'm dealing with a lot, and I'm going through a lot. And just because a person is on camera and in front of the screen smiling and laughing and having a good time, they could be really covering something up. They could be really covering something up.
Welcome back. Our show today is all about being real and being vulnerable, and our guest is doing just that. Multi-talented host and co-host of the hit radio show, Brian in the Morning, Prince TJ is here in a daytime exclusive, sharing for the first time ever about leaving and ending his run on the late night show, Late Night Hustle with Prince TJ. So everyone, welcome to the show, Prince TJ. Welcome back to the show, Prince TJ, and thanks for agreeing to do this daytime exclusive with us.
Look, thank you so much for having me here back on the Damian show for the 15th time. I love the Damian show here, so thank you for having me back.
Yes, absolutely. Now, before we start, how are you truly doing right now? How are you really doing right now?
Well, right now, the current status that I'm in now, I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I couldn't ask for a better predicament to be in right now because, I've been through a lot. In the year of 2023, I've been through a lot in the year of 2022. So 2024 so far for me is going good so far.
That's what I like to hear there because, it's 2023, for like most of us was a hard time for us, for a struggle. But, so let me seriously ask you this here. Why did you feel you were ready right now to come out publicly about leaving late night? So why was this the right time to share?
Well, it's crazy because in December of 2023 is when we closed out the show for the last time, and I actually wanted to go ahead and close it out in May of this year, but network production told us go ahead and close it out in December, and I was like, okay, and now I actually thank them now for saying that, because right now, if I would still be on that show right now, the answer the question that you just asked me a few minutes ago, how am I doing now, probably would have been a different answer. So that's why I say, I decided to come to an end. I decided to speak up and say something,
at that time in December, because it was a lot going on. I'm gonna be honest. It was a lot for me. It was a lot. I was in the writing room. I was in the directing room. I was, producing. I was hosting, and alongside doing all of these things that all the responsibilities that I have on late night, I got to do also in daytime with the daytime shows that I'm producing, with everything, even in radio. I gotta be up 5 a.m. in the morning to do a morning show. So it's just like boom, 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 all at once, and so I just never got any sleep.
I can't imagine that. Like, honestly, like if I was in your shoes, because I still don't know how you was able to do all the things that you was, doing in 2023. And then on top of that, doing a live late night show. Like, that was like, and that was, I don't know.
When late night hosts say they don't get any sleep, they're like, well, you're only on for an hour, do your show and go to sleep. Well, that's not the case at all, because when doing a late night show, you also have to prep before the show. That sometimes can take up to the whole time period. That can take up from 11 a.m. till live time, till air time. You have to prep for the show. You also have to, after the show, you don't get to go home and just sleep. After the show, you have to go back into the writer's room and write the next show, prep the next show, prep for the rest of the week. So it's do promos, for the networks, for your show, for everything like that. So it's just like, people don't understand, what hosting really takes. And I think daytime and late night is totally different. Let me just say, even in hosting, not only from watching, but from hosting as well, because I've hosted both before, and they're completely not the same. Not the same at all.
It's different, just like you said, from daytime and then late nights, because it's different. It really is totally different. And let's give a hands clap, you guys, to Prince TJ for the time that you was able to do late night. I mean, hands clap to you, because I know, I'm saying for myself, I couldn't do that, because just like the things you mentioned, it's really a lot, and people don't understand. It's a lot, It's not just showing up to work, and bam. No, you gotta prep. You gotta do all of this and that, and it takes time and hard work. So I give you props.
Thank you.
Yes. So okay, right after your decision, to leave late night, did you ever feel any guilt or regret about it all? About, ooh, am I right? Am I making the right decision? Do I want to leave? Do somebody else want to take my spot? Or what was you thinking at that time?
Well, definitely felt a lot of guilt. Definitely. That's why I didn't want to go out and say anything, because truth be told, I really wasn't going to return for season 2. Let me just keep that, honest. I wasn't going to return for season 2 because it was just so much. Well, it started really becoming an issue, like once we returned for the show. We returned for the show, and then we went on strike. That's when it really became a problem. But I felt a lot of guilt because, Brian Seymour I think he was my successor. No, I was his successor, or something like that. I took his job. I took his spot, and he passed the spot over to me. He passed the throne to me on live television. And so I just felt like Prince TJ in late night, as a late night host, had a big old shoes to fill. Because his shoes were big. We all seen before he showed his big old feet on live television. Like, those are some big feet to fill. So I had the pressure every night, being in his time slot. They're like, where's late night with Brian Seymour? And then they see Late Night Hustle pop in. And I'm consistently thinking to myself, Are they gonna like this? Are they gonna laugh? You know, are they gonna enjoy this time? You know, so I felt so much guilt because I thought, you know, when I ended the show, the person who gave the throne to me would be, you know, disappointed or, you know, be upset. You
Right.
know, so it's a lot.
And I was just about to say that, like, do you think or know that Brynier will be upset with you because he passed it on to you, and now, you know, there was 2 seasons of the show, and now it's over. Do you feel like you had let him down by any chance because he trusted you, you know, to carry on, but you know, things had happened?
Yeah, I honestly, well, I mean, when I shared with him that the show was ending, he was obviously like, "Do what you have to do." You know, this comes first, this and that. But I don't know how he feels deep down. He might feel deep down like, you know, disappointed or upset or anything like that. Let down, you know, let down or anything like that. So, I mean, if I were to guess, if I were to assume, absolutely. And if I were in his spot, and I passed my throne down to somebody else, I passed the legacy down to somebody else, only for their show to run for 2 seasons, you know, I'd be highly upset as well. Because I'm like, who am I passing down this throne to? You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say yes. He was probably pissed off.
And
I mean, I don't think so, but at that time, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. At that time, absolutely.
Hey, hey.